this is what we're aiming for. And we're going back to the very, very beginning, and this is where we are. This is our starting point. So essentially what we have is we've got a bare bones Joomla installation. The only thing I actually changed in here to date was I changed the name of the home menu from home to home start. And this is all just very default stuff. The home menu points to featured articles, which is currently irrelevant because we do not actually have any articles. It's just an easy way to get up and running without having anything really on the site. Let's have a look at the templates, the template styles. As of now, we only have the default template installed, and that's what we're seeing here at the front end. And that's linked up, as I mentioned, going to it's a dummy menu, essentially going to non-existent articles. Let's go and install the Astroid Framework. We're going to go to Install Extensions, and we're going to go to the Astroid Framework site. We're going to go to Download, and that takes us here, and we want to download the full package, the latest full package, including the library and templates. We're looking for this file here, the Astroid package. This is the latest version, and we're going to just download that now. I'm on a Mac here, so this is why this looks the way it does. That's my download folder, and I'm going to drag that file that I just downloaded in here to the Joomla backend. Now I could just click Get Started and just dive in straight away. Or if I don't click that, I can come in here into the site templates, and I find the Astroid templates in here. They are now showing up. I also have a new button up here, the Astroid Clean Cache button. And there's a couple of other things turning up here. So for example, in the menus and the articles, there's a couple of extra Astroid features as well. But let's just stay focused here on this end of things. So very simply, I could switch out the default template. So I could click here, making the 0 template the default template. And I could go to the front end and refresh. And we see the Astroid template show up at the front end. There's quite a lot of crunching, number crunching going in the back end. So sometimes these things do take a little while to show up in the front end. Now what we're looking at here is obviously completely unspectacular. We've just basically got a couple of different colors here. We've got a whatever kind of a pinky reddy color up here. We've got a black color down here. We've got some modules that come with Astroid, and they're being placed here. So in the top bar, the contact stuff, some social icons. We've got the header here, including the menu. And we've got, this is the actual menu name here, home start. And we've got the copyright information down here in the bottom. We could switch this out, so it's set to 0, but we could go to the 1 flavor instead and go back here and refresh. And again, this takes a little while to load, and we'll see same kind of thing going on. Now we have the menu up here, and we have the social icons down here and the copyright down here, and the contact thing is missing. And of course, we've got the Astroid logo here as well. I'm going to return to this, and let's just make a copy of this before proceeding. So we're going to go here to Save as Copy, and we're going to call this version 1. The reason being, if I mess up and make some kind of mistakes, I can go back to a previous version and basically fix things that way. So now we have our different versions, and let's just make sure that we're actually working with version 1. Now, in a way, this is not really a fair comparison, but let's just actually have a look at the options for the standard Joomla template. So obviously this is not with a framework, it's just using the Joomla core functionality. And we can come in here and we can see there's some very basic stuff that we can change. Like we can change the color theme, I think from blue to purple, and a couple of layout things, have a logo. It's extremely basic. Not really a fair comparison as such, but it's just important maybe just to touch on that here at the outset. Let's go into the Astroid template and into the template options. And this is basically quite a different situation here. We got a whole lot of settings. We got basic settings here, page settings, preloaders, all kinds of I guess basically set up settings. We've got the header, how that works, so we can have organize the main menu in different ways, add the logo in here, sticky header, and we have little shortcuts here on the left hand side. So if we want to get to specifically to the off canvas menu, so we can drill down here quite easily. We've got colors, so we can change the colors on the whole site. We could come in here, change the link active color, and we can really get very, very granular here, very, very fast. We have the layout section. That's kind of where the whole framework comes into play. And we can actually do that very, very quickly just to have a little look. I believe I switched this back. Yes, I did. And let's do something really simple. Like let's move the top bar below the footer, which obviously is a little bit, it doesn't really make an awful lot of sense to do it, but just to give a little very, very brief preview of the kind of flexibility that you have with Astroid. And refresh that. And we see we've basically just per drag and drop changed the look of this site very, very drastically in the framework section here in the layout section. Save it. And we're back to where we were. Typography. You can come in here and change all of these things, get into the headers. We're going to look at some of the headers later on. Get very, very precise with respect to formatting. With respect to formatting, we have ways to format the whole article blog side of things, in addition to the options that we have in Joomla, and we will be looking at those as well. These are the social icons. Like there's no point in having social icons if you can't tweak them and link these in to your actual social accounts. And of course, there is a custom code section. To be honest, I haven't used this. I've been quite content with all of these options above, but it's there if you want it and if you know what to do with it. Miscellaneous is also kind of funky. There's some nice little things in here. The site branding is here, but you've also got things like a coming soon option and for error page. It's pretty cool, some of the stuff in here in miscellaneous. Theming, very, very basic, just so you can set up some primary colors on the site. So you can switch to, for example, honey, go to the front end and refresh that. And we could go back to, I believe that was a raspberry, save it. And SAS overwrites, by the way, whatever they are, I guess it's kind of cool if you want them, if you need them. And we got some profiles that you can save. So if you got something set up, you can save it or import or switch them or whatever. And you can import and export stuff here as well. So lots and lots of options in here. We are going to be building this site from here on in. So what we're going to do is essentially we're going to add some categories. They will correspond to these sections here: home, fruits, vegetables, baskets. Login is going to be a separate one. and we're going to create articles, and we're going to put them into the categories, and we're going to link all of this up together using the menu system here. It's a tiny little bit clunky, but I think it's important to go through it step by step, and that's what we're going to do next.